5 minutes or less is all you need for journaling. A lot of times people are inconsistent with journaling because they think that they have to do this long drawn out ritual. They have to burn candles, they have to brew some tea, when all you need is a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and you just start writing. Okay? It doesn't have to be complicated. I like to say this all the time. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. I know you already know who wrote those lyrics. Put it in the comments. Let me see if you know. Let me see if you know. But journaling, you can journal in 5 minutes or less, and this will drastically decrease your stress levels. It will help you to be happier, more excited about your day. It will also help you to be able to just process the events of your day in general. And so let's jump into it. These are the 5 different styles. The first one is free writing. Free writing. And we'll talk about this in more detail in the Journal to Healing workshop, but I'll give like a brief synopsis in the guide that you're going to get. Free writing is where you just sit down with your pen and your paper and you just write. You don't worry about typos, not typos because you're writing. You don't worry about spelling errors. You don't worry about grammatical rules, writing styles, anything. You're just writing on paper, just nonstop for like 5 minutes, and just see what comes out. You don't have to worry about punctuation or anything like that. You're just going to sit and write. I will tell you, for some people, that this, even though it's meant to be one of the easiest styles of journaling, because you don't need anything but just, it is just literally the act of doing. It's not thinking or anything like that. You're just writing. This can be very hard for people because they're afraid that it's not going to make sense. They're afraid that somebody's going to come and read it. They're afraid that, they're afraid that they're going to make mistakes in it. But with journaling, because you're doing it for yourself, there's no way you can do it wrong. Let me say that again. There is no way you can do this wrong. There's no way. There's no way. It's correct every time, regardless of what you're writing, regardless of how you mess up or what typos or errors, spelling errors you have. It's okay. It's okay. As long as you're taking the time to write, you're doing it correctly. That is the only purpose of free writing. Allowing yourself about 5 minutes to just write, just free writing. Okay, so that's the first style. Probably the easiest. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard, a little bit challenging, but I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay, so free writing. The second style is gratitude journaling. Again, with these different styles of journaling, you can use them together, or you can use them separately. It doesn't matter. Again, there's no way to journal incorrectly. There's no way to do it wrong. So gratitude writing, you're simply setting time to just think about everything that you're grateful for. You can do this in a list format. Sometimes I do it in a list format. You can do it in paragraph form. Thank you, Beverly Hayes, for adding journaltohealing.net in the comments. Thank you so much for that. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Yeah, you can do a list format, but you're basically just answering what made me happy today. You can do this. You can do this in the morning. I know this. I didn't always wake up like this, but I usually wake up happy. So I just like at the beginning of this video, I basically, like, in church we call it a praise report or a testimony. So it's basically like your praise report, your testimony, just outlining everything that made you happy, everything that you're grateful for, everything that's going great in your life. Don't worry about the other stuff. Don't worry about, that. Just write down everything that you're happy about, that you're grateful for, everything that's going really well in your life. So I'll do this if I'm having a moment where I'm not really feeling my day or something like that, like something happened that made me feel a way that I didn't want to feel. I'm very careful about how I speak about emotions because there are no bad or good. There are no good or bad emotions. Emotions are just, they are indications that something is not lining up with your spirit. If it's something that doesn't feel good, or is an indication that something really is lining up with your spirit if it's making you feel very happy. So, yeah, I'll just write down what I'm grateful for, what made me happy. Sometimes I might need to do this in the middle of my day instead of venting about, that person that I want to cuss out. I'll just focus on the positive of all the things that I'm thankful for, and I'll get back into a good mood, which is where I like to stay. Like I like to be happy. There's also affirmative writing or writing affirmations. This is another one that you can do in 5 minutes or less. Um, if you're with me, if you're with me, let me see in the comments. We're on style number 3. So if you can recall the first two, type it in the comments. Let me see if you're listening. Do a little pop quiz. Also, feel free to share this video out. You can share this on Instagram. You can also share this on Facebook. So, let me see it in the comments. I'm gonna come back to them. What are the two styles that we already talked about that you can do in 5 minutes or less? So affirmation or affirmative writing you can do in 5 minutes or less. This is the third style. Yes, very good. Very good. Ray Jeanette and Singing for Him 365. Thank you so much. All right. And then Miss Starkey got it as well. Miss Rolanda Tate. Thank you. All right, we listening. Yes, thank you. I like to know I'm not talking to myself. Thank you so much. Okay, so affirmative writing. So we talked about this yesterday in yesterday's live, and the replay is available, so make sure that you check that out. But this is the type of style of writing that I use to help me to save thousands of dollars in my savings account. So long story short, I was that type of person that I just did not have a really good relationship with money, and regardless of what I was doing, I would get to about $1,000 in my savings account, and then something would happen and I would have to spend it and I would have to start all over again. And that cycle would happen so many different times in my life. And so I started doing affirmation writing. So I started writing on a consistent basis that I am a saver. I am a saver. I have, thousands of dollars saved in my savings account. I have thousands of dollars saved. And I would write that very consistently. I would write that when I would feel, the opposite. I would speak those things and write those things into existence. I would use I am and then put I'm a saver. Those two words, I am, are very important. If you grew up Christian and you know anything about the Bible, Moses was asking God, who are you? And he said that I am that I am. So if you know that God that created the heavens and the earth calls himself I am, these words have to be powerful. And so in affirmative writing, you're taking those two words and inserting that power into your life, into your situation. So these can be very simple. This is why this is 5 minutes or less, because you're simply writing 3 words, and you can I'll do a scheme of them. So, and you can, format doesn't matter. You can do a list format of your affirmations, or you can write in paragraph form. Sometimes I just let mine flow in a free writing style. And so I'll just write out, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am loved, I am rich, I am a saver. Whatever it is that I want to call into being, whatever it is that I want to embody into my life, that day, I write it down on paper. And so even today, I was writing some affirmative statements, or so I am, or affirmations. I am rich, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am loved, I am protected. And then you can start to stretch those out into phrases. Um, like, let me see, okay. I don't do this very often because this is mine. I'm doing it for me. I write for me, but I'm gonna share some of the affirmations that I wrote today. So I am becoming richer every day. I am worthy. I am loved. I am financially abundant. I am created. I am created for wealth in abundance. And then I wrote, everything is working out for my highest good. I am worthy. So that's just the example of some of the affirmations that I write on a regular basis. And so let's talk about, we're on style number 4. So quick recap, if you're with me, we talked about free writing. I'm checking the comments to make sure that people got it right. Free writing. We talked about gratitude journaling. We talked about affirmations or affirmative writing. And so style number 4 that you can do in 5 minutes or less is dream journaling. I am someone who wakes up and likes to record my dreams. I think your dreams will tell you, one, I'm someone that has like prophetic dreams or intuitive dreams. Through my dreams, I knew that I was going to have 2 little boys. I knew even before they were conceived that they were going to be 2 little boys. Before I got the ultrasound, when I was married, I told my husband at the time, especially for our second son, I was like, this is a boy. He's like, no, I think it's a girl. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, this is a boy. I already know this is a boy. And lo and behold, we had the ultrasound and my baby had a penis. I knew it. So I definitely let him know that. Like, I texted him while I was at the ultrasound, said, this baby has a penis. I told you it was a boy. Told you so. Anyway, dream journaling. I have more than one occasion been able to, I've known, like, well, I'm like, there are a lot of examples, but the ones I'll say, the ones I'm really comfortable with sharing are basically people like having babies. My best friend is pregnant right now. I knew that was happening. I don't know the sex of the baby though. If I asked, God would probably tell me, but I want to be surprised. So, but so I'll have a dream, and it's not so. Sometimes people get discouraged about writing their dreams in a journal, and sometimes they feel like they need to have separate journals for your dream. I have given myself permission to use one journal because the amount of journals and notebooks that I had was getting out of control. And so I allow this to be my gratitude journal, my daily journal, my prayer journal, my manifestation journal, my dream journal. So I'll wake up, like this morning, I didn't really have a dream that really stuck out to me. So I didn't do it this morning, but I'll usually wake up because I journal before bed and I journal in the morning. So my journal is usually a journal and a pen or a few pens because, like, I keep a pen box. I'll have that on my nightstand so I can just grab it and write my dreams. And that's something that you can do very, very quickly in 5 minutes or less. And with recording your dreams, like, sometimes there are some crazy details in your dreams. And so if it's something that doesn't really stick out to you, that's okay. And writing down your dreams or recording your dreams, it's more important to just remember like specific scenarios and how they made you feel. If you're somebody who wants to learn more about using your dreams to kind of like predict what's going on in your life, I highly recommend the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks, Esther, Jerry, and Abraham Hicks. They do have and they call it processes, evaluating your dreams process in that book. Um, so that is the fourth. I'm going to come to the comments section. So please, if you have any questions, any comments, go ahead and get them in now before we get to the fifth style of journaling that you can do in 5 minutes or less. Um, some more housekeeping things. I've already given the people who were on this live at the beginning, I've given their to-do list. So let's go over that again. So the first thing that I want you to do is one, take one of these styles and try it. I want you to apply what you're learning on this Facebook Live. We live in a society where we are taking in a lot of information all the time because we have many computers in our pockets. But the information is worthless if you're not going to apply it. So a replay for this video will be available so that you'll have it to refer back to. So I want to tell you and encourage you to take what you learned here on this Facebook Live and apply it. So try one of these styles. You can try one of these styles at a time to see if you like them, or you can try a combination of the styles, whatever works for you. So we're going to do that. Also, if you don't have a question, if you're not typing your question in the comments right now, then go ahead and share this video. I'm sure you all know someone who is a collector of journals because they think one day they're going to start writing in them, but they're not sure where to start. So this video will be very helpful for them as well. So share this video out and the replay will be available. So, and then the last thing, after this video is done, I want you to make sure that you go to journaltohealing.net and sign up for updates. I will be sending a free guide that summarizes these things, but I will be going live regularly in May this month. I've already done about 5 videos or Facebook Lives already on journaling. But so that you don't miss any of this content, you'll be able to sign up there. And also, next month in June, we will be starting a 30-day challenge, a Journal to Heal 30-day challenge, and there will be a 4-week workshop to help you start journaling and doing it more. And the information will be available when you sign up at journaltohealing.net. And that information is pinned in the comments here on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll make sure that I'll add that to the replay information because that will be available on IGTV. I'm getting some really great questions. I'm going to give you guys some more time to get your questions in before I end this live. But right now I'm going to do the 5th style and then I'm going to come to your questions so everybody has time to get their questions answered before we end. So the 5th style is intention setting your intentions for today. So I usually do this in unison with also prioritizing my tasks for today. So usually when I think about setting my intentions, especially my daily intentions, I focus on how I want to feel. So I am a big fan of core desires. My core desires are happiness, abundance, and love, security. And so everything that I do, that I'm set set out to do, not just in my daily life, but just in my life in general, or are, so that I am allowing those desires into my life. Um, so setting my intention. So I'll set my intention like today is Friday. So some of my intentions are to be productive, to care for myself. Like I said, after I get off this live, I will be doing a 2 to 3 mile walk in nature. I'm looking forward to it. Um, so those some of my intentions, and so I'm prioritizing today, of course, my self-care. I've already journaled for today. I've already done a yoga stretch. I've hydrated. I need to do some more of that. And I'm going out to work out. And I'm also getting some work done as well, productivity, so I can go into my weekend just enjoying my weekend. I'm self employed. And so I used to be a person that worked almost every day, like 7 days a week, um, because I love what I do. But I've learned that rest is also productive. Rest is also self care. And so those are some of the ways that I set my intention, and also use setting my intention to also prioritize the task of the day. That's something that you can do in less than 5 minutes. You can do those in combination with free writing, of course, gratitude journaling, your affirmations, or your dream journaling. Or you can just pick just that. So, okay. All right, so we are wrapping up. I've given you your to-do list for today, so make sure that you take action. Don't just take in the information, but make sure you take action. I got some really great questions on both Instagram and Facebook, so I'm going to go to those right now. And once again, thank you for joining me. I don't take it for granted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ray Jeanette said, "This was good. Thanks." Thank you, girl. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. Let me see. Oh, go ahead and recap the 5 journaling styles. I want to see if y'all were listening. Another pop quiz. And make sure that you're sharing this video. Makes more sense to have one, because I go crazy on my journals too. Me too. That's why I'm like, I had to consolidate. How does this improve your finances? So I talked about that in more detail in the Facebook and Instagram live that I did yesterday. That is available on my timeline. So it's just the video from yesterday. So please go check that out. So I did talk about, and I also gave a brief synopsis here on this IG live, so you can catch the replay of this as well. Let's see. Ms. Clayton said, "This is what I needed today. I am inconsistent. I've been trying again for the last few weeks, but this helped." I'm so glad that this helped for you. Did anybody else find this helpful? If you found this helpful, let me see yes in the comment section. Let me see, what else do I have? What was the name and author of the book by Abraham Hicks? Great question, Beverly. So that book was Ask and It Is Given, by Abraham Hicks. And for those asking or don't remember specifically, I was saying that is the book that I learned about evaluating your dreams. So let me see. Y'all are doing so good. Yes, Ray Jeanette, freestyle, gratitude, affirmations, dream, setting intentions, sing for him 365, freestyle, gratitude, affirmation, dream, intentions. Yes, good talk, very inspiring. Looking forward to the intentional journaling. Yes, very good. Yes, I want to start journaling. Let's get it done today. Thank you. Yes, okay. Let me see what my Facebook people are doing. But first, Natalie said, outstanding presentations. I enjoy journaling to ease my nerves. I have trouble remembering my dreams in full details when I wake up. And that's okay, Natalie. You don't have to remember your dream in full detail. Pay more attention to how the dream made you feel when you're doing your dream journaling. So we have Miss Starkey said, freestyle, gratitude, affirmation, dream, and intention setting. Yes, these are the 5 styles that you can do in 5 minutes or less. Good job. Okay, Miranda, journal, healing journaling, gratitude journaling, affirmation writing, dream journaling, setting intentions of the day journaling. Yes, yes, very good. Ms. Starkey said, found this very helpful. Thank you so much. I too have started journaling again. Good. I want to see if you guys feel comfortable sharing with me. You can private message me your entries. Feel free to share, and I will celebrate with you for getting the work done, for doing it, for making time for yourself. Yes, this helped. I do all of these writings, but didn't realize there were different styles of writing. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Good, good, good. Let me see. Girl, together we can. You see, I put the wrong thing. No, I did see that, but I knew what you meant, so it was fine. Thank you, Ray Jeanette. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. All right, so I'm about to go outside, do my 2 to 3 miles. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget your to-do list. 1, I want you to take action, and for today, especially today, do at least one of these styles of journaling. Put it into action. 2, what was number 2? Oh, catch the replay from yesterday where I talked about how you can improve your finances with journaling using these journaling styles. And then 3, if you have not already, go sign up at journaltohealing.net so that you can get updates on our upcoming live events, as well as the 30-day challenge and 4-week workshop that we're going to be doing in June. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll come back to, if you're on Instagram, come to my timeline. I will add the that website for you in the comments, but you can also click on the link in my bio. And for Facebook, the link is pinned to the comments. So I will talk to everyone later. Y'all, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I'm sure I will be talking to you again soon. Y'all take care. Love you so much. Bye.